Hey, what's up, folks? It's Mike here from Netter Gold. Look, I want to give you 10 tips, 10 beard growth tips. They aren't revolutionary, and it's nothing new, but I think you need to hear it from me. All right? These are my 10 tips to establish and grow a beautiful beard, a lush, luxurious goddess throne. If there's something you're interested in, watch this video. If it's not, leave me a comment below. Let me know what you'd like to see. All right? I'm here to help you become a better version of you. You can't be me, but you can be a good version of you, and that's the best part. So, watch the video. Thanks. Okay, so tip one when it comes to taking care and establishing a beautiful beard is to wash the beard. See, one thing we don't do a lot of is take care of the beard in its entirety. So you gotta wash it, get rid of dirt, grime, gunk, old oil, old butter, inadequate products. You gotta get rid of that stuff because if you don't, you end up with well, you're not going to end up with one of these. I mean, having a good beard does not get you one of these. Having a crappy beard gets you a crappy looking beard. I don't know. This is my son. This is King Kai. He's in charge. Okay, so again, step one is to wash. Oh, 1 second, buddy. You got to wash your beard, all right? I like to use black soap when I wash my beard, but you use anything that's natural. That's the key part. Don't use any of that artificial, fake stuff, the stuff that you don't really know what's in it, because you never know what that could be leaving on your beard, right? When you're taking care of your beard, you want to make sure you get rid of dead skin cells. You want to get rid of old butters, old oils. All that kind of stuff needs to go, okay? So step one is very simple. Wash your beard with quality products, all right? If you have any questions about that, read the description. You know, I got like information there for you, all right? All right. Okay, tip number two is to water your beard. All right, now I understand you just washed your beard, you got all the dirt, the grime out, fantastic. But now you got to make sure you keep it moist. You got to keep it hydrated, okay? When you're out and about, keep a mist in your pocket. We have Lagoon and also Bayou you can use when it's hot outside. You want to mist the beard because if you have a dry beard, it's not going to grow. It's not going to do well. You're going to get a lot of split ends, a lot of grossness, a lot of yuckiness, and you don't want that. You want to make sure your beard is nice and moist at all times, okay? No one wants to sit on a dry beard. It's that simple, okay? You want to sit on a soft beard, a moist beard, to put moistness on top of that moist beard. You don't want to start with a dry beard and put moistness on top of that beard because she won't want to stay. Okay, look, so I had FaceTime my little sister, my best friend Tiffany, and my chief brand ambassador Alexis, and got their responses to that. Caught them by surprise, them know it was coming. And I used my iPhone here, and I didn't know it didn't record the sound. So, yeah. My little sister said moist beard. She doesn't want to sit on a dry beard. Tiffany said dry beard, so she can moisten it up. And then Alexis said moist beard, because moist plus dry doesn't work. I'm sorry I failed you all. I'm very sorry. So sorry. That's not how it works, okay? You want to make sure you water the beard. Then you're going to lock it in with an oil or butter. But we're going to talk about those next, all right? So make sure you water your beard. Keep your beard moist. A moist beard is a great beard. Like a great man once said, you're awesome. I said that to you. You got this, baby. Good job. Okay, so tip number three is very simple. It's to oil your beard. Now, here's the thing. I don't like oils in thinner beards. You have a light beard or thin beard. I think oil is a little too heavy, right? It drips down. There's nothing to hold on to. But if you have a beard similar to mine where it's very dense, very curly, very robust, I think oil does a fantastic job. Now, you never want to overdo it with the oil because the oil and the water obviously do not mix. So if you have too much oil, not enough water, you just have a very oily beard. Too much water, not enough oil, you'll just have a very watery beard. You want to get a nice mixture combination. But I suggest using an oil only in a dense beard. You need a dense beard for oil just because gravity does a great job of pulling that oil down because it is heavier than the water is, okay? So, number three, oil your beard, but do it properly with a good oil. None of that crappy stuff, none of that stuff with the fragrance oils in that you don't know what it is, none of that stuff with like P&G 87, none of that stuff. Good stuff, right? You want to be able to pronounce all the ingredients so that when you're applying this to your beard, if you have any type of breakout or anything, you know exactly what the issue was, all right? You can narrow it down. It's a lot easier to narrow down 10 ingredients from 35 ingredients. I was in CVS one day and they had an oil in there that had 35 ingredients. It was a 1 ounce bottle. That means you probably got a drop of every one of those. It's worthless, okay? Worthless. Do better. Good oil, You're good. You're worth it. Got it? 3, oil your beard. Okay, so tip number 4 is very simple and it goes along with the tip number 3 of oiling your beard. It's to butter your beard. Now, I recommend a butter for a lighter beard, a shorter beard, a thinner beard, because the butter holds tight. It holds true to where you placed it, okay? Now, what I like to do though, is after I water the beard, all right, I put the oil in the beard, and then I put the butter on top of that, so that the butter locks in that oil, which is now locking in that water, right? So it's a double lock system to make sure the beard stays nice and hydrated. I think it's very important to make sure you fully lock in all of that moisture, so your beard has a lot to work with, all right? Your beard needs the moisture. Your beard needs nutrients from the oils. It needs the nutrients from the butters. You lock it in triple times. Oh, you double lock it in. You double lock it in. That's what you're double locking in, with the oil and the butter and the water just locked, okay? You need to lock it in there, all right? It doesn't take long either. You throw the oil on real quick, you throw the butter on real quick, and you're good. You're good to go. Just make sure you do that, all right? Make sure you do at least one of those. If you don't oil, you better butter. If you don't butter, you better oil, all right? Because if you don't do one of those, you're gonna be looking scraggly, looking rough, okay? What's that one guy with the real patchy beard, this R&B artist? Can't remember his name. It's, but tag him below. You know what I'm talking about, with the real patchy. Chris, who was that with the patchy beard?
Anthony Hamilton.
Anthony Hamilton. She said it, not me. You heard it. She threw the shade. Wasn't me. Anthony Hamilton. Okay, you don't want that beard. Sorry, Anthony. My wife said it. You know, you got some beef with her. I understand. We can squat up on her tomorrow. I got you, bro. I got you, bro. Homies for life. All right, tip number 5. It's a very simple one. It's a very easy one to deal with. You just got to make sure you do it, okay? So you've oiled your beard. You've buttered the beard. Now what are you going to do? Okay, you're going to massage your beard. You got to make sure while you're massaging the beard, you're working in that butter. You got to work in that oil, work in that butter. You got to make sure that it's sitting in nice and deep, all giggity, all right? You got to take care of that. So massage it, okay? Massage it deep, slowly, gently, at least 60 seconds, all right? Give yourself 60 seconds of beard love, all right? 60 whole seconds of beard love, just a little bit right there, all right? Just a little bit. Massage that, work that, love that, okay? Love that a lot, all right? Massage it hard, massage it strong, massage it strong, all right. Any questions? Good. Okay, so here's what a lot of people are afraid of. It's to trim your beard. All right, I understand you worked really hard to grow the beard. You've been growing it, you've been working it, you've been doing all the tips up till now. You don't want to cut it, and I completely understand. But the thing is, if you're going to have split ends, 1 second. All right, we're gonna run this back. Airplane flew over. Look, you got to trim the beard, all right? Trimming your beard is very important. If you have split ends, you want to make sure you cut those split ends. If you leave those split ends there, it will do nothing but pass on disease and death and just devastation to your beard. It's like Moana with the island of Tafiti. Tafiti? Was it Tafiti? Tahiti. Tahiti or Tahini? Tahini, right? You don't want that. That darkness spreads to your beard, kills all the greatness. You don't want that, all right? So make sure you trim it. You don't got to go far, all right? Just trim it up, okay? Hit those split ends. Just tackle those, all right? Get to the split end, find where the split is. Go a little bit lower than that. Just trim it, okay? Just trim your beard. Sometimes you got to trim great things to make grow great things. It made no sense. Hold up. Sometimes you have to trim. Just trim your beard. Just trim it, okay? You understand, buddy? Just trim your beard. Just trim it. Okay, I don't remember what tip number this is, but it's the tip that you need to hear, okay? You got to brush your beard. Now, I understand you've already taken care, you've massaged it and everything. I got that part. But what does brushing do? Well, when you brush your beard with a quality beard brush. Now, some people like to use boar hair. I'm not into boar hair. I prefer a sisal brush. It's, you know, agave plant, whatever. We sell those, no big deal. But the thing about the boar hair that I've noticed, and a lot of people complain about this, is when your beard is wet, right, or hair is wet, and you use a boar hair brush, what happens is it causes more split ends. So I use sisal, but we'll get back to that in a different video, which you should have already watched before you saw this video, but who cares, whatever. Back to this one here. When you brush your beard, what happens is you're working down onto that skin, right? Especially with like a nice hard brush. You're working on that skin. And what is that doing? It's getting rid of dead skin cells. Come on, you got this. It's getting rid of dead skin cells. And that's one of the things you want to get rid of. So now, I understand you already brushed your beard. I mean, not brushed it. You already washed it and stuff like that. But did you really get down to the root, the core of your skin? Did you get there? Because if you didn't, you missed some stuff. So using this beard brush is going to do an amazing job of removing those dead skin cells. And getting rid of those dead skin cells will help you grow your beard, right? Because you don't have that stuff weighing down, sitting inside the pores, just passing on dirt and grossness and just disease. Dirt, grossness, disease. You don't want that. So just make sure you brush your beard. It'll soften your beard as well because it gets rid of all that hard stuff. All right. And another bonus is it helps. Another bonus is it helps move that oil and that butter around that you just finished massaging in. Does a great job of that. Really helps distribute it fully through the beard. Especially with a thick beard like mine, you want to make sure it gets throughout the entire beard. All right? So make sure you brush your beard. It's super simple, super chill. It only takes about 60 seconds. I recommend 60 seconds of that. All right? It's therapeutic to you. It's great for your beard. That's all I'm saying. Okay, this next one goes along with the brushing, but you want to make sure you comb the beard as well. Now, you're combing the beard not so much to get down to the skin. Now, of course, combing your beard does do a great job, especially if you use... We good, buddy? Especially use a wooden comb. Like I only recommend wooden combs, sometimes metal, but only wooden combs. Now, if you can use... The wooden comb does a great job of getting down to the skin and removing dead skin cells. But what it really shines at is detangling. Obviously, it's a comb. That detangling process allows for a lot of that oil and that butter to make its way to the kinkier parts, the deeper parts, the less loved parts of your beard, right? My less loved parts of the beard are underneath, right? All that under, right? All that stuff right here. That's my underbeard. That part is kinky, doesn't get a lot of love, and it often rubs against shirts, hoodies, anything of that nature. So you want to make sure you're using your brush, not your brush, your comb to get under there. All right, does a great job of detangling that area, moving that butter, moving that oil through, moving that water through, so that that part of your beard gets some love. Because a lot of times we don't take care of that part, right? When you're cutting your beard, you cut it up too far. This is the bulk of where a lot of the trouble is for me, but it's also the bulk of a lot of hair. It really feels out and really shows that it's a beard. Like, this all looks nice, but if this is all bare, something just does not look right. So you got to make sure you're combing this part, combing this part, comb it out well, and again, 60 seconds. So you want a 60-second massage, 60 seconds of a brush, 60 seconds of a beard combing. You gotta do that. You gotta give it some love. Okay, you gotta give it love. With a comb, a wooden comb, I recommend. Good for you, buddy. Messing up my train of thought. This is what a beard gets you. So honestly, just be careful if you're gonna get a beard. You get one of these. You just get one of these. Okay, so the next tip is super simple. You want to protect your beard. Now, at night I like to use a beard guard or a satin. Buddy, just give me 1 second, okay? Just give me a second, please. Please. Just give me a second, please. Please. So, at night I like to use a beard guard or a satin pillowcase. You know, one of the two, or you mix it with both. So a beard guard or a satin pillowcase, one of the two, because one of the things you want to make sure you're doing when you're sleeping at night is not undoing everything you just did. So if you use a cotton pillowcase, cotton does a great job of absorbing moisture. That's what we use it for a lot of stuff, gauzes and shirts and towels and all that stuff. You use it to absorb moisture. Well, you don't want to do that when it comes to your beard, right? So what I've noticed when it comes to satin or silk, it doesn't absorb as well. So what happens is the butter or the beard and stuff, the butter or the oil that's on your beard doesn't transition over onto your pillow, all right? And it also doesn't hold that dirt and grime like a cotton does. So what you want to do is make sure you're using a beard guard or a pillowcase, something of that nature, to make sure when you're sleeping at night and you're rubbing around and rolling around, you're not causing, the induction. You don't want to undo. You don't want to undo what you just did, all right? You want to make sure you keep that oil and that butter where it's supposed to be. You want to make sure your beard stays nice and detangled and all that stuff. So using something of that nature, like I said, a beard guard or a satin bonnet, do an amazing job of that. That's what I recommend. It's what I use, and I think you should use one too. All right? Super simple, super chill, but just make sure you protect all the hard work you just did. Cool? Cool. Okay, so tip number 10, the very last one, is super simple, super chill, and I need to get out of here because this guy is having a fit. Just love your beard, okay? It's your beard. Don't compare your beard to somebody else's, all right? That's one of the big things people do. They make mistakes in life, is comparing their life and what they have and their accomplishments to someone else's accomplishments. Don't do that, All right, grow your beard the best way you can. Take care of your beard the best way you can. And if you don't like it, that's fine. But don't allow other people to tell you your beard is incorrect, your beard is wrong, your beard is ugly, it's not right. That's not anyone else's place, right? Love your beard for what it is, or don't love it for what it is, but do not compare your beard to someone else's, okay? Be the best you can be. That's simple, and that's it. Oh, the bonus tip, number 11, it's essentially just have her sit on your face. It's that simple. Just have her sit there, apply some of that moisture to, your goddess throne. And yeah, it's super chill, super simple. So if you go through steps 1 through 10, number 11 is going to happen naturally. It is what it is. All right? It is what it is. Any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them in the comments below. I need to get out of here. This guy's having a fit. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any suggestions for videos, let me know. I got nothing but time. All right? Anything you want to say, buddy? Now he has nothing to say. Typical. See ya.